Hi everyone, I'm doing my next chapter of my John Maxwell, and this chapter was focused on the men that were sent in to check the land that the Israelites were going to occupy, that was promised to them. And I read through the scriptures that John Maxwell suggested. It was Numbers 13, 1 to 33, 14, 1 to 38, 27, 12 to 23, and Joshua 1, 1 to 18. So throughout those scriptures, there is an instruction given by God that they are not to swerve from the laws that God has given them. They are not to go to the right or to the left, and they are to stand firm. And basically how the favor had fallen away from the people who were there because they believed in other gods. And they talk about the shade, the favor covering them. That shade had been removed, and how they were to go into this land and check it out. And if they did not keep God's laws, they would fail. That land would not be given to them. So it's not about, again, he says, positional power. It's not about them being appointed as leaders, because titles don't mean anything to God. Your title can be cleaner, or your title can be VP, your title can be CEO. God doesn't care about your title. God cares about whether you are keeping his commands. And through that keeping of his commands comes your influence. So basically in this chapter that I read, it's day 1 of week 2. It's basically asking us, what are we doing to increase our influence? Faithful leaders use their influence to add value, and we take our responsibility seriously. So today when I checked out that page of this fake Stephen Harper page, I was really irritated and really upset. I mean, because it's inappropriate. It's inappropriate. He is a past prime minister of our country. And in this country, all the political parties work together. It's not like Africa where you have, the conservatives and the liberals, and they don't. There are conservatives who have advised Stephen Harper. There are conservatives who have advised Justin Trudeau. Justin Trudeau wouldn't be where he is today without the support of the conservatives. So it's really, really upsetting me, and it's really, really frustrating that these fake things are happening to our country, that we're getting our library hacked, that we're getting communists coming in and interfering with our elections. It's really annoying. I left one communist country to come to another place where now the communists are interfering, where you can't post the news, where you can't be free. I mean, it's ridiculous. You want to walk around naked in the streets. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I have a responsibility to this country. And I don't just sit back and say, oh yeah, contact me, treat me like a prostitute, let's be friends. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting. It's completely inappropriate. Even with Credit Suisse, the number of emails I sent to them saying, please call me, I want to discuss this with you. I want to talk to you about this because this is inappropriate. They did not bother. They did not bother to call me, to contact me. They just bothered to destroy my life and to destroy my career. And what if I had a boyfriend? What if I had somebody that I was talking to or that I was in a relationship with that I didn't want the whole world and its sister to know about? Sometimes people do that. When my sister got married, I didn't know who her husband was. She just called me one day and said, oh, I'm getting married now. I was like, to who? You're getting married to who? She's like, oh, there's this guy I met in Canada and I've been keeping in touch with him. I was like, what? What about this one and this one? And she's like, no, I made up my mind. I'm like, are you sure? So, I mean, really and truly, leave me to live my life in peace and focus on your people's own relationships and marriages and friendships. I don't need anybody to chaperone me, to say, oh yeah, this monkey needs somebody to lead her down the path and help her to be friends with someone. I'm not a monkey. And I'm not willing to be called a monkey and treated like a monkey and treated like an animal so that I respond to things the way that other people want me to respond to them. It's not appropriate. It's completely inappropriate. And if that's the culture in banking, no wonder nobody wants to work in banking. Who wants to work in a culture like that? Where everywhere you go, anywhere in the world, they can track you. And they can bother your family, bother your friends, bother everybody. I mean, it's completely inappropriate. It's disgusting. And then to set up a fake page of Bono's or Stephen Harper's or Roger Federer, I mean, where do these people get off? Who do they think they are? It's completely inappropriate. I'm not 2 years old and I'm not a lonely old woman sitting at home chatting to men saying, oh yes, I want to be your friend, let's chat, and then getting called into the police station. I'm not one to fall for romance scams. I don't need any of that. I have a network that I belong to. I have people in the Goan community who will look for me if they want me to get married to somebody. And they know what kind of person I am. They know what a nice woman I am. So don't give me all the shit about men contacting me on Facebook and LinkedIn and all that saying, oh, we want to be your friend. I have two mothers. I have my mother and I have Mrs. De Silva. And if Mrs. De Silva, Auntie Elsa, finds somebody for me, she'll tell me. She's sick of this and I'm sick of it. I keep my mouth shut because people here are too high and mighty. They think they're too sophisticated. God will punish them for what they're doing to me. The same way Credit Suisse the bank got shut down, God will punish them because I keep God's word. I keep God's law and I take it very seriously. And if you don't, and if you don't believe in the resurrection and you don't believe that the message lasted 2,000 years because it's true, stay out of my life. Please stay out of it. Because I am not interested in your malarkey. I'm not interested in your bullshit. I'm not interested. If you got money, good for you. You got 2 cars and 2 houses, good for you. I hope it makes you happy. The things that make me happy are being in God's word, staying focused in God's word, going to church, getting the Eucharist. I may not have a car and a house of my own. I may not have all those things that other people have, including my brother and sister and people in my family. But I'm not willing to put up with shit and be treated like a prostitute. It's completely inappropriate. I don't support the human rights activists because I want to get into bed with them. It's completely inappropriate. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. We had all these promises that, oh, people wanted not the first past the post system. Then when they had all the meetings, everyone said, oh no, we want to keep it. And they said they were going to have medical marijuana, then they made it recreational marijuana. Then they closed our churches over COVID. I mean, what more? This country is imploding. What more do the politicians want before they start changing their ways and realizing what is happening to this country? What more do they want? I am really tired of it. And I'm tired of my life being destroyed and my relationships being destroyed and my reputation being destroyed because other people have no sense. I am really tired of it and I will keep speaking up and I'm not going anywhere. I will keep speaking up. I will keep using John Maxwell's teachings. I will keep focusing on the Bible and I will keep focusing on my life. The communists think they can have this country, just like they think they can do what they're doing in Ukraine. Since when? Since when? This is not the country I came into, and it shouldn't be this way. People should think about it. Everybody has a responsibility to this country. People should start speaking up and contacting their MPs and speaking out and saying they should shut down these fake pages, all these Nigerians and all the Russians and everybody that set up all these fake pages. It shouldn't be allowed. We should be allowed to post the news on Facebook. We should be allowed to swear and shout if we're angry, and to shout back at the customers if they shout at us. Where do they get off shouting at us and screaming at us when we're trying to do a job and help them? Since when? I am tired of it. I can't get an executive assistant job with all my qualifications and all my skills. I can't get any decent paid job. It's completely wrong, completely wrong. And I will keep using my influence and I will keep speaking out, because it's not good what's happening to Canada. And I'm glad Rishi Sunak lost that election. He deserved to lose it. His own family were immigrants. His own family came there and they settled in that country. And they're sending people back by the boatload. The parties here work together. It's not an isolated thing. Justin Trudeau wouldn't be where he is today without the Conservatives. And make no mistake, I reported it to both of them. And I will keep reporting. The more people come at me, the more I'll report it. And if the police are involved in this, I feel sorry for them. Because God's judgment is not man's judgment.